Okay, so we are going to use our OneNote software to solve using base 10 pieces to solve 45 plus 36. I am first going to go through how in my head I do this, and then I'm going to go over both Snow White and Cinderella's methods that are up above here. I just copy pasted both images from the Google Drive and then our little questions for me to have reference here instead of going back and forth. Um, as a reference, I am going to use my 10 pieces, my longs, as a green color, and I am going to use black as my units. So in my head, when I see 45 plus 36, I am here. I'm going to use blue to make a little tens. Excuse my messy handwriting. Okay, so I see 45 and 36. I go 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 36, I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now I have both my 36 and my 45 in here. I'm going to use red to show how I group. So I line everything up in groups of 5, my 1s and my 10s, so that I can see if I can do any sort of converting. And I have 2 sets of 5 here, so I can group my 2 sets of 5 and move that over here to become another 10. I should have drawn my arrow over here, but that's my bad. Okay, so then I'm also going to I'll use black to show my answer. So then instead I would, basically I would just count what I have left. I would know that this in the red is not to be counted because it got converted. I could cross this out, draw a little line through it so I know not to count those. So I have 5 and 3, which represents 80, and 1. So my answer here would be 81. So that is how I show my 45 and 36. Wow, that's really messy, but you guys understand? Okay, so to walk through Cinderella and Snow White's methods here, let's see what we can manipulate here. Okay, so this is, I believe this one is, we'll put C for Cinderella and S for Snow White. Oof, this is bad. Much better. Okay. Harmony, I apologize if those are backwards, but I believe that is correct. Okay, so she didn't go straight into, she went straight into adding instead of just writing down what she had in each number that she was given, because they were given the same problem that I was. However, they just wrote it down different, worked it out in their heads a little different than I did. So basically how I'll do a little charty chart here for you guys how they did it. tens and ones. Okay? So, and I did green for tens. So she had 40 and 30. So she went and she just did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right away. Oh my gosh, that's backwards too. She did not do 8 right away. She did 7 right away because you only have 7 when you have 4 and 3. And that's why I do it this way. So then she went and saw how many ones she had. She did, so she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm still keeping them in groups of 5 so I can convert and move if I have to. Okay, so she basically just went and saw that she had 4 and 3 ones at a time. And she went and counted the tens first. So she has 70, and then she has, 11 ones. So then she saw, okay, 11 ones can be converted into an extra 10. So then she saw she has 81. And that's literally how she says she did that there. The long way around. Okay, I'm gonna boop, 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 boop. Okay, back to tens and ones. Oh my gosh, it's messy. It's okay, I'm just gonna roll with it at this point. Okay, first I broke 36 into 31 and 5. And I gave 5 from 36. So she is working more so with making friendly numbers first. So her mental process is, let's use red because this is a little different. So she almost started with different number bonds. She broke 36 down into 30 plus another like number bond here, 5 plus 1. And then she saw that she had 45 over here. And she saw 40 and 5 and saw that, hey, let's say green here. This 5 and this 5 can go together to make another 10. So then you have 30, another 10 here, and then cross these babies out, and 40. So she said, I have 30 plus 10 plus 40, and then I have this little extra 1 here, so plus 1. And she grouped these 3 together right away, said now I have 80 plus 1, which is 81. Okay. So back to our questions that we are to go through with this. So I answered Cinderella solved the problem, Snow White solved the problem. I think Cinderella's form method would probably be easier for students to do no matter what, because you can always separate your tens from your ones pretty simply, but it gets kind of complicated when you're looking for friendly numbers and trying to keep everything straight in your head without getting things jumbled up and maybe making a little mistake that you might not otherwise do. Um, they're pretty different because you're not following the same steps in the same order. Cinderella's is more so she's just looking to separate tens and ones and then put it together in that way, group everything together that she can. Snow White is more so she just wants everything to be a friendly number right away. She wants to get her big number done first and then worry about the little one. Okay, and my strategy was pretty similar to Cinderella's, I think. The only difference is instead of putting these two together right away, I kind of just separate them out right away. Instead of saying I have 7 tens, I said I have 4 tens, 5 ones, and then I said, and I have 3 tens and 6 ones, and then I grouped together and moved them. That was the only thing. More so just the order that differentiated in Cinderella and my methods.